Thank you again for staying with us this afternoon. Let's start off with the CPP. Now, the Central Committee of the Convention People's Party has directed the chairperson of the party, Akosua Frimpoma Sapon Kumankuma, to step aside. Now, according to the committee, the current chairperson only gained 43% of the total votes cast in their chairmanship elections of August 2020. Which does not make her qualified for the position that she occupies. So, yesterday, Thursday, in a 5-point statement signed by the current General Secretary, who is actually being interdicted by the embattled Chairman Nanaya Achimpem Jantua, the Central Committee has resolved to conduct a runoff election between Akosua Frimpoma Sapon Kumankuma, the current embattled chairperson, and the first runner-up, Comrade Hajia Hamdatu Ibrahim, who ran fiercely against Akosua Frimpoma in the August 2020 internal elections of the party. Now, recently, the vice chairperson of the CPP, Onzi Kwame Nkrumah, challenged Nana Frimpoma's chairmanship, and he contended that she has not been validly elected by CPP delegates as chairperson and leader of the party and cannot hold herself out as such. So the Central Committee has also ruled as invalid the interdictions against 3 committee members, namely Onzi Kwame Nkrumah, Osei Kofiakwa, and Nanaya Achimpem Jantua. This is what happened at the Central Committee's meeting yesterday.
And this meeting is the Central Committee, the highest administrative body of the party, that take decisions on that for us to follow. At this meeting, we decided that we will uphold our constitution. That is the constitution of the Convention's People's Party. The decision to also rerun stems from our constitution. Why are we talking about a rerun? A rerun because in our last election in 2020, the person who is holding herself as Constitution is very emphatic and very categorical. It states without reasonable facts that if you are the chairman of the party, you have to at least garner 50 or more % of the valid vote cast at a Congress. Otherwise, it shall be deemed as if you have not been voted for. The Constitution further states that when the issue arises, there should be a rerun between the second person and the first person. So this is what the CPP is going to do. We have nominated Mr. Kwame Jantua, the chairman of the Political Affairs Committee, to be the chairman of the Congress for the rerun. In due course, we are going to get you the timetable towards the rerun of the chairmanship position. We also, at this meeting of the Central Committee, decided to put aside or set aside the supposed interdiction of the National Executive Committee or the leadership. We call it the leadership of the party. If you can recall, about a week or so ago, there was a whole noise in the media about 3 national executives who have been interdicted. And today, the Central Committee decided that it is set aside because it is not constitutional, and you can only get a national officer out of office through the neck. So today it has been upheld, and the officers are no longer interdicted. They are free to do their work and perform their duties for the Convention People's Party to move on. We also have court cases that are bedeviling us. it doesn't make us work. I mean, it is tearing the party apart. We have decided that we will settle all the court cases. The foundation of the court cases will be looked at, and everything will be settled, taken out of court, so that we can move forward towards winning the 2024 elections, because CPP has a chance to do that. This is the time for the CPP, and we will not allow internal wranglings to get in the way. We are going forward in unity. We are going forward to ensure that this party takes power and change the fortunes of Ghanaians.
So Nanaya Achempem Jantwa is the current General Secretary of the CPP. Now, let me share with you some of the other decisions that the committee took at that meeting yesterday. She made it clear there's going to be a rerun of the election between the first and the second person, and also the national executives that were interdicted, 3 of them, are also free to go. Some other decisions include the CC unanimously nullified the illegal decision of the supposed interdiction. Okay, so I've said that one. So the 3 comrades, as they refer to them in the party ranks that were interdicted, were Onzi Kwame Nkrumah, Nanaya Achempem Jantwa herself, and Osei Kofi Akwa. So that interdiction has been nullified with immediate effect, and the CC has ruled the previous unconstitutional decision of April 1st, 2022 as null and void. Also, the Central Committee decided unanimously, agreed to refer Comrade Akosua Frimpong Sapon Kuma, the current embattled, I think we can refer to her as embattled chairperson of the CPP, to the disciplinary committee for alleged financial misappropriation of funds donated to the party in the run-up to election 2020. So I think we're going to ask the party about how they're going forward with that decision as well. The CC resolved all decisions made at the 7 March and 1st April Central Committee meeting, conveyed and chaired by Comrade Akosua Frimpong Sapon Kuma, are null and void. Furthermore, all appointments or any newly sworn in members of the CC carried out on the aforementioned dates are not binding and are of no legal effect. So the meetings that were held again on the 7th of March and the 1st of April this year have been declared null and void. And finally, the CC unanimously revoked the appointment of Comrade Sylvester Sapong Soprano as Director of Communications, and has referred him to the disciplinary committee for bringing the party's name into disrepute by citing 5 national officers for contempt of court on an official party letterhead. So these are the other decisions that were taken that were not mentioned in that voice note that we listened to earlier on from Nanaya Jantwa, who is the current secretary of the party. So the embattled CPP chair, Nana Akosua Frimpong Kuma, has responded to the Central Committee meeting's decisions, and let's listen to what she had to say, and then we can carry on with the conversation.
The CPP has its constitution. The General Secretary of the party, already she's been interdicted. Even if she wasn't. But our constitution, as long as we have a leader here, you can only take instructions. That it means that I would tell you to call a CC, and you call a CC. You do not go by yourself to go call a CC. You don't call other group and say that they are executives and therefore you can overturn the decision of the constitution for you to. You don't. Indeed, did you know the interesting part of what is happening? The supposed CC that was called today Outside the 8 executives who are part of me that were sworn in by the same council of elders who apparently don't want to listen to anymore, every member who was there today was sworn in by me. If you challenge my position, you are challenging the entire CC. So that is the mockery of the whole thing. That is why it is important that if there are issues, you go to the internal structures. And by the time you go to the internal structures, then you would have found what needs to be done. But when you get up and say, no, I don't want this president, so a group of us will get up today and declare ourselves, it doesn't work that way. So I was not aware of any CC, and nothing came on the platforms. We just heard it because somebody that was called me and said, Nana, I've been called to come to CC. Are you the one that called? I said, no. He said, I told them that if the chair and leader does not call for CC, I won't be there. And that's how we got to know.
Right, so that is, of course, a rebuttal by the embattled current chairperson of the CPP, Nana Akosua-Frimpomaa Sapon Kuma. I've just been joined by the current General Secretary of the CPP, Nanaya Chempem Jantwa. Many thanks, Nanaya.
You're welcome.
Short notice, but you made time.
Yes.
Right, so there's a lot going on, and of course, we all want to know what it is. I mean, to the many outsiders, political watchers, there's too much happening within the CPP, and some would ask, have you been following the constitution at all? Because you don't sit and wait for a chairperson to be sworn in without doing the rerun, and then all of a sudden now this has become urgent. What is happening?
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for the time you're giving to us to also talk about this matter. My dear, please, it is not about the fact that we have let it go. There has been a lot of petitions upon petitions upon petitions on the matter. If we can count by our fingers, about 10 petitions, we are in court because of the 50+1, the 50% or more. The Constitution is very categorical. It says that if you do not get 50 or more % of the valid vote card, it seems as if you have not been voted for. It shall be deemed that you have not been voted for. It goes further to say that when that situation happens, there should be a rerun between two people, the first and the second. My brother, we should ask ourselves whether the current person, Nana Frimpomaa Sapon Kuma, got 50% or more of the valid vote card.
Yes, Nana, you see, she didn't get the 50%.
Yeah,
but I mean, how was she sworn in? Because you have to let us understand how she. Yes.
The IOC, the exigencies of the time, overwhelmed all of us. A COVID situation.
You have to explain that.
Let me talk. Okay. An election that was run at various points, the whole region, collating their electronic media. You get me? It wasn't normally congresses are congregated. So when you go to a congregated congress, after the election results have been collated and put together, when there's an anomaly, it is immediately noticed. It is immediately noticed, and whatever has to be done has to be done. This is not the first time we have gone through this. I think the first time we have run an election through COVID.
Okay.
Do you get me? So all these issues about COVID and the fact that we didn't do at one place, because of COVID, when you went for the elections, you went and you attacked to leave. You can't even stand around. So by the time we collated everything, everybody has gone. And the IOC said that when it came to the IOC's notice, they have already sworn her in. The petition started coming in. And they said that, okay, then we are going to deal with this thing after the main election, because we were sworn in around November or so, September. About 2 months to time, there was the main election. Hajiya Hamdatu, who was the second runner-up, the first runner-up, actually complained. People talked about it. But we said that after that, we would deal with it. Then anytime we brought this matter up, this same person would make sure that it doesn't come to the fore because she was the one sitting there. Intimidation, me for instance, she has hated me because she said that I want to let her go because I've spoken about 50+1. And it's now culminated into whatever happened. It is gone, that's personal. I don't want to even go there. But these issues have been there. We are in court with 3 cases. The fundamental of these cases is 50% or more. Because even if you say you want her to stay, you should be very honest. I wish you could go to the grassroots of the party. Everybody at the grassroots, they voted that. They said that we didn't vote for her fully. Why don't you use the constitution? The issue is also that if tomorrow we hold another election and somebody else gets 42, are we going to keep the person or we are going to use our constitution? So we need to uphold the constitution. Besides, in that constitution, there is no statute of limitation. It doesn't give you the time period for you to do it. Now, COVID is almost gone. We can congregate because the fear is also that if you do it regionally again, and the person doesn't get the 50+1, then what happens? Because immediately you do it regionally, then there is COVID. Now the president has given us assent that you can congregate and do political activity. We are in court over this same matter. Petition, we can't work. We have been cited for so many things. We have been reported to police stations. This same the national informer. We have been reported to police stations. 2 of my people are now in police stations. Hello.
I was going to ask you about this interdiction, but before we go there, in the sound that we listened to, the tape that we listened to, you made a very clear distinction between the National Executive Committee and the Central Committee. Please tell us what the difference is.
We don't have the National Executive Committee.
Right, so that's what you call the leadership. What is the difference then between the Central Committee?
We are all members of the Central Committee.
Right.
The constitution of the Central Committee is leadership, chairman of policy committees. They do strategy and policy for the party, like the backbone of the party as in political strategy. Then we have the regional chairman. Then we have representatives for the regions who live in Accra. These are 4. I heard her saying that because she swore us in, then it means all the illegitimate. No. The power of swearing in officers stems from the Constitution. My dear, you can even come and swear us in as long as it is the Constitution that you are using. The power to swear us in stems from the Constitution.
So let's look at this interdiction.
And she didn't swear as the leadership in. She swore other people in on the CC. And the power to swear is came from the Constitution. It is clear the power to swear something in. The oath of office is in the Constitution. Right. It doesn't come from anywhere.
Anyway, so let's look at these interdictions. Yourself, Onzi Osei Kufiakwa. What were you cited for?
I don't even know. They just cited for contempt. I don't even know. And that is because you should write to me 1 month. And let me explain to you. We have a constitution. Even in the jungle, there are rules of engagement. You cannot enter the area of one other without permission. There are laws. In the jungle, there are rules of engagement, my dear. You can't do anything that you like. You can't. When you are dealing with human beings, before you send a national officer away, you need to go through the process. The process for you to send me away, you have to go to NEC.
And all that hasn't been done.
Nothing. I mean, even I'm not, as I stand here, I do not understand what I have done. Because I believe that even when you see somebody shooting somebody, the person is taken to court to try. You are proving what innocent till you are found guilty.
I mean, some people would say that it would have been prudent to rather let the term of the current executives run to it. Some would say that it would be more prudent to allow the current executives, their terms to run to a close, or call for an early election instead of having a rerun of the election.
One position that they didn't get the 50+1. All of us got it. So why should we all be mixed up?
Because, I mean, you're talking about how COVID interfered with the way the regional elections were run.
Giving accent to that how we can hold political activity. In a congregation, churches can go as normal. What does that mean? So we can do a rerun. My dear, there is somebody in there who we should be treated fairly.
Right. Okay. So now,
Haja Hamda to Ibrahim is the next person. If you want a rerun, we should go for a rerun. You can't say that. I mean, the Constitution says that the two of them should go for a rerun. Which person will tell? What is fairness? What is democracy? If we are party waiting to be in power and we cannot uphold our own constitution, how can we uphold the constitution of the nation?
Now, wouldn't it be right if some people suggest that, well, since, I mean, the chairmanship is in contention, then the entire election, 2020 party election, should be annulled and the new run for all?
Don't get it wrong.
Right.
Read our constitution. We go for election based on position. If the chairmanship is not right, it's on its own. Then not secretary on your own. When we go for election, it is not together. It is when we come that we come and work as a team. I got a certain percentage, over 70 or 80%. Somebody got 90%. Somebody got 50%. Why should we be annulled? Are we together?
Right.
I looked in the constitution and I said that I believe that this is where I can work properly. So looked and said that this is where I can work properly. On all those positions, there is a contingent that you have to follow. A categorical that you have to be in.
I mean,
if you are not able to be in that, which means that you are not there.
Right. So, just before you go, this 50+1 issue isn't 50% or more issue. Wouldn't it be easier for you to just use the majority vote rule, because this is going to be a bit complex, isn't it?
No, it's not complex. You see, the flag bearer should get 50% or more. It's not complex for the president of Ghana to get 50% or more of the valid voters. Is it complex? There is a rationale behind it. Because if you are not able to get 50% or more of the valid voters, it means you are not popular. You are going to be the flag bearer within your own party. You should get 50% or more. It was required that Green Street get 50% or more before you can be called the flag bearer. It is required that the chairman and leader you get 50% or more before you can take charge of the party. If you go for it, you are not popular. Who are you going to command? At least if you can command 51% of the people, we know that at least, I mean, you are borderline popular.
That's fair.
That's the reason.
So this.
Do you understand me?
I do understand you.
Yes. If you are lower than 50% or more, lower than 50+1, then you are not popular in the party.
Right.
How can somebody who is not popular be a leader? The leader commands truth, and you need some kind of respect and popularity to say, hey, truth, stand, and they will stand.
Anyway, so this political affairs committee, of which
what political affairs committee?
The committee that is in charge of conducting the rerun.
It is the Congress committee.
Congress committee.
Yes.
Thank you for the correction.
Has been put in place by the Central Committee.
Right.
You see that by end of July, we go for a rerun. I don't know why there is a buzz about this rerun. If they say that you should go for a rerun, you just test your popularity.
I think that the contention has been the time lapse between when you had the 2020 election and now.
In the Constitution. And the exigencies of time. Do you get me? I mean, when there is an error, you correct it. And once you want to correct it, we haven't come to the end of our term. We are not even 2 years. This petition thing started last year. This same person will not let us do anything. You catch it, you are in trouble. You talk, they say you are this, you are against me. And people will come on you. They will be against you. As we are sitting right now, some petition has been written against us. I mean, what is going on? Yesterday we were having the meeting, the DOC came there to misbehave. Either somebody will insult you, take you to police station, all manner of things. So everybody kept quiet.
Right. So Nanaya, thank you for joining me. I think if we had the whole day, we'd be able to carry on with this conversation. But many thanks for joining me this afternoon. Nanaya Chimpem Jantua is the current General Secretary of the Convention People's Party there, explaining why the time has lapsed since the August 2020 election and now before an official announcement has been made for a rerun of the election between the first person and then the second person. So Nana Akosua Sapon Kuman and Comrade Hajia Hamdatu Ibrahim will be going neck to neck by the end of July this month. She said this year. She said to see who is going to win the chairmanship of the CPP and to lead the party into the next election. Well, I've been joined by the number 2 now, I can call her, Comrade Hajia Hamdatu Ibrahim, who is going to run neck to neck with the current embattled chairperson of the CPP. Many thanks for joining me this afternoon, Hajia.
Thank you very much for having me, and Juma Mubarak.
Yes. What do you make of this decision to have you contest in an election that, they made you believe you had lost in 2020?
First of all, let me say a very good afternoon to your cherished listeners and to the good people of the Convention People's Party, especially the Central Committee of the Convention People's Party that met yesterday and looked at the rumblings in the party, petitions upon petitions, courts upon courts, police station upon police station, and decided that they should let this thing happen so that there will be peace in the party. It is not Hajia Hamdatu who is the constitution of the party. Neither is Hajia Hamdatu the Central Committee of the party or the neck of the party. I think it's a constitutional provision, and I think there was a breach of the Constitution. And since the Central Committee, which is the highest decision-making body when it comes to administrative activities of the party, has taken that decision yesterday, I, as a member and law-abiding citizen of the CPP, who has served this party for close to 30 years, have no option but to accept the decision of the Central Committee for the rerun.
Right, Hajia, I mean, you make it clear that she's not the legitimate, she shouldn't be the leader now of the party. But how come at that election you didn't make any complaints to the Central Committee? And
I don't want it to be Hajia Hamdatu trying to personalize the whole thing.
Yes, but this is coming up 2 years after the fact.
It's about the constitution of the party. We are in this country where Rebecca Abiti of Ayawasu West Wagon was supposed to have won election. After 4 years, she was declared as somebody who did not win the election. Currently, we have a situation in National Law that the Supreme Court are saying that the man cannot hold himself as was he not sworn in law. Right. So if it's anything at all, we had people petitioning in the party. People, even my plea agent petitioned. I don't know why they didn't ask for it. And then there was somebody in court, instead of them to look at this substantive matter, which is the 50+1. They rather want to set aside the 50+1 and to pass 10 of settlement. You understand? And if you're going to do something, you get everybody involved. You have an executive of 9. Maybe if one person will go and take decision on behalf of the 8, there are bound to be confusion. And what really is disturbing my person, the party that I handed over to this current leadership, is not the party that I'm seeing currently. Even in an acting capacity, I did marvelously well. I went around the country and put the party together. So therefore, if there's a constitutional breach, my brother, why are we in the CPP or why are we in politics? We are in politics because we want to build this country. And then if we cannot respect our own constitution, that is the Convention People's Party, as a community free in, then we don't have any business to talk about politics in this country. If you want to rule this country, my brother, let me run. And then your own constitution is being breached. We don't know if we heard about CPP, the leadership of this country, we don't know what to do to the constitution of Ghana.
Hajia, this matter Isn't it just a case of the rank and file of the party not too happy with the way the party is being run now? Because you could have waited to contest a new election in 2024. I mean, the party could have waited to do that.
Yeah, I told the Central Committee yesterday when they asked me, this is today, based on what is happening currently. I didn't hear about CPP when we were even in an acting capacity. Look at how we took this party to the people. So it is not about Hajia Hamdani. I have to obey and satisfy the constitutional requirements of the Convention People's Party. Because I want to lead the party one day. Maybe from chairmanship I can go to federation. So if I just chicken out and say, oh, no, people might not even have confidence in me. So if it's anything like that, it's not about my person, but about the rules of the engagement, how the elections was conducted, was it proper for anybody to declare winner? We have to ask ourselves. We have to go and look at the constitution of our party. Article 123. It is there. It is there.
Right. Let's look at the timeline for this election that's coming up now. How are you approaching it? Are you confident that you can make this happen?
When the Central Committee decided yesterday, I started my contact and campaign. I'm even lucky to get me online because my phone has been ringing one of the most congratulating me in advance because they've seen the difference between my leadership and this current Bucket chairperson of the party. That is fair.
Well,
and I'm not going to mince words.
Well, I wish you luck in your endeavors. I can see that. I wish you good luck in your endeavors, and we'll see what will happen. Even though it's a short timeline, we'll see what will happen. We'll follow up with you at the end of July.
Anytime.
Juma Mubarak.
Thank you very much.
Many thanks. Right. So Hajia Hamdatu Ibrahim is the number 2 now, running against Nana Akosua Frimpong Sapon Kumankuma, who is the current embattled chairperson of the CPP. We will be catching up with a senior lecturer and political analyst at the University of Cape Coast, Dr. Jonathan Asante Ochre, to talk about why this is happening within the CPP, why this happens often in many quote small parties, and why our smaller parties have not been able to consolidate, to come together to give us a third option. And when I say us, I mean the general electorate of this country, a third alternative, a third viable option once it comes to the general elections, the national ballot and the parliamentary ballot. This is still First Take on 3FM 92.7, and we'll be right back. .7 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
Third Eye Care and Vision Center is here with all your eye care solutions. Yes, Third Eye Care is at it again. Are your lenses becoming foggy because of wearing face masks or sitting in air-conditioned spaces? Are your eyes getting sore and tired after using the computer for prolonged periods? Are you struggling with light from oncoming cars and other vehicles when driving at night? Worry no more. Third Eye Care and Vision Center has all the right solutions for you. We have anti-fog and blue filtering lenses that solves it all. Third Eye Care and Vision Center also stocks all types of lenses, designer frames, sunglasses, and employs very well trained, qualified, and licensed optometrists to provide all your eye care needs. Locate us at Airport Residential Area, close to the Association International School, opposite Mirage Residence, or Northridge, on the premises of Sunny FM and close to the Kanda Overhead Bridge. Our working hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Call us on 054-328-7008 or 026-646-2080. Please do well to observe all COVID-19 protocols. Third Eye Care and Vision Center, your total eye care solutions provider.
Have you been told you have abnormal hormonal levels? What is your ovulation like? Have you been experiencing irregular and painful menstruation? If you have any of the above issues, then Fertisa Plus Tab is the best choice for you. Fertisa Plus Tab is a natural food supplement specifically designed and helpful in balancing female hormonal levels, boosting ovulation, management of irregular and painful menstruation, maintaining female health vitality. For bulk purchase, contact Zoe Fertility and Alternative Medical Center at a Denton News site behind the CAF International School on the Adenta Panton Junction Road or Odoko Tarazu Road near the Nicolosi Hotel. Contact Zoe Fertility on 020-536-3614 or 0243-239534. Zoe, excellent healthcare, our hallmark. This advertisement is FDA approved. Come and set us free. Holy Spirit.
Many thanks for staying with us. We're still here on First Take on 3FM 92.7. I've been joined by political science lecturer Jonathan Asante-Ocho. He's also a political analyst to carry on with this conversation. Many thanks for joining me.
Afternoon.
Yes.
Political analyst.
Political analyst. Yes, I said that. So we're on the same page now. Well, thank you very much.
Political science lecturer is different.
I see. No bad blood here. Anyway, so I hope you've been listening to our conversation. We've spoken to Hajia Hamdatu Ibrahim, and we've also spoken to Nanaya Chimpem Jantwa, all of the CPP, and we've been addressing the internal wranglings in the party having to do with the 50+1 case in court, having to do with interdictions of 3 of their council members and so on. I mean, they seem to be quite unhappy with how the party is being led, and they'll tell you, well, that's not the reason why we're trying to do this or we're doing this. It's because of how the elections were conducted in August of 2020, the COVID situation, and how they were not able to uphold the constitution at the time. And also they'll tell you they're just trying to uphold the constitution, and this is what the constitution says. But it looks as if they're just unhappy with the current leadership.
Well, let me say good afternoon to the listeners of 3FM. You know, since we spoke.
Yeah.
I've read the article that has come out as far as the arrangement is concerned. I think that the CC, that is a central committee or so, the decision that they have taken, I think it will be to the benefit of the party. If the constitution stipulates so, then it means that the two of them cannot be holding. Or the one who had 40-something%, you know, cannot hold herself as the chairperson of the party. And that in itself is the right thing to do. There is no need going to court over this. The point is that our constitution usually it is 50+1. So you cannot turn the constitution upside down when it comes to the election of that nature. The other thing too is that, well, if they have to come up with compromises, if the one who came second, the number 2, decides that, well, we are still in the same party, it's just like, for example, when Mr. Akufo-Addo then, you know, struggling to get the flag bearership, yes, of the party, and with Alan in the fray, he couldn't get the 50+1 vote, and Alan gave up as a sacrifice for him to go on, and then later on today is the president of the republic. If there is that gentleman, you know, arrangement, that one will be okay. But if the two of them do not see eye to eye over this, then obviously they must flag it out by going to a runoff. There's no need for a court process. And I'm really happy the way the article that I read, the way the TC has been able to arrange things, and I think that is the way to go.
Right. So this situation happening in the CPP, is this an indication of what has been the woes of smaller parties in quotes all along? Because it looks as if they're quite unable to run effectively as an organization.
Yes, of course, because they are no longer that attractive. It's no longer like the period when Dr. Kwame was alive, and which they won overwhelmingly the majority in parliament, everything, and so on and so forth. From that time up to now, the CPP has been on a dwindling, they've been experiencing dwindling fortunes. Of course, especially with the formation of the MDC and the formation of the MPP, not the UP as the old tradition, but with the formation of the MPP, you have seen the membership of the CPP, whittling down, either going, most of them going into the NDC, and probably, and today you can talk of Freddie Blay, a former CPP parliamentarian, now the chairman of the MPP. So you could see that the fortunes of the CPP, as it were, don't forget also Dr. Papa Kuti having to leave the party to form a new party that even became the third force until he was hit by this bank and other issues. Now that is no longer the third force. So you see that the fortunes of the CPP have been tripled over the period. So
is it also an issue of history of the formation of the party and its challenges over time, and the fact that bringing in new faces has always been a problem with small parties?
Because, it's true, I agree with you, because historically, the party evolved around the monumental image of President Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and after that did not have any stalwart to lead the party to bring it into the limelight of the Fourth Republic, for example. And as I said earlier on, it is because of the presence of the NDC and the SDP, which have more or less generated a two-party state, more or less. You see, so the CPP is the problem, but the lives of CPP. If you had the lives of all the other Nkrumahs coming together, then there would have been a stronger third force, and then probably they would have used that to leverage for certain, what's it called?
But the issue now, Doc, is that why are they unable to give us, or to give the electorate a viable, reliable third option? This coming together that you're talking about, why hasn't it been able to happen?
Well, some of us felt that losing Dr. Papa Kuti was something they shouldn't have happened, and I don't know why they delude themselves in thinking that they are going to win elections with the way they've been organizing themselves. I really cannot place a finger on why they've not been able to do so. Is it personal ambitions of some leadership, or is it the case that they still get certain sponsorship from outside, especially those who believe in Nkrumah, those who believe in the Nkrumah and what he stood for? They still get these small, petty finances or financial sponsorship or support from people who believe in the ideals of Kwame Nkrumah, and that is how they have been organizing themselves. So, to be frank with you, I don't think they intend winning elections. The way they've been organizing themselves, I don't think they intend winning elections. I think it is all about self-centeredness. It is all about getting those small, money that they'll be using to be financing the party one way or the other, and the rest, they'll be engaging in some talk, because, you see, if it is NPC, people are interested. If it is NPC, people are interested. But if it is CPP, somebody costs money. I mean, you see that you don't really hear all those things coming up. So as I think that it is more or less like self-centeredness on the part of the current leadership. And over the years, those who have come. And they know very well that they can't win elections with the way they've been organizing themselves. But I'm very hopeful that the CC that is trying to reorganize, I hope and pray that, this organization should see the light of day.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jonathan Asante-Okyere, for joining me this afternoon on First Take. So, Dr. Jonathan Asante-Okyere is a political analyst, and he's been speaking to us on why smaller parties, are unable to consolidate and give the electorate a third option. This is still First Take on 3FM 92.7 with me, Nancy Vukania. We'll be right back. Now we're moving on to other issues. Attorney General Godfred Yeboah-Dame has condemned the practice of some lawyers who attack the courts and judges on social media when judgments do not go in their favor, especially with the high-profile political cases. Now, he wants lawyers to engage in such practices punished for their conduct. Now, the Attorney General made these remarks at the Bench Bar and Faculty Conference in Accra on Thursday. It's still ongoing, and our reporter Lord Edward Saris there will be touching base with him. But he also, the Attorney General also urged the Supreme Court to consider only cases with the potential of resulting in a law change. Now, let's listen to some of the comments that he made.
The time has come for the Supreme Court to reduce its caseload by prioritizing the kinds of cases it actually has. The rules of the Supreme Court should be revised to permit the in-chambers dismissal of frivolous applications and cases, which actually constitute the bulk of cases considered by the Supreme Court every year, without the necessity of a hearing in open court. Only important cases with the potential of resulting in a change of the law or with immense public interest should be heard by our Supreme Court. This will lead to efficiency in the productivity of the highest court of our republic. Recent development disclosed a systematic attempt by certain lawyers, often belonging to a side of the political divide, to deploy social media to denigrate the administration of justice through poisoned and caustic attacks on judgment to the court, albeit unjustified. This is often witnessed in commentary on so-called political cases, where some lawyers perceive the outcome to have a far-reaching consequence for the objectives of political parties they sympathize with. Faced with adverse rulings, some lawyers go to the rather farcical extent of actually advocating for the abolition or scrapping of our courts. The most deplorable thing about such endeavor is that many a time their vicious comments are plainly wrong, yet the propagators of these wrong and dangerous ideas, do not relent in their efforts to push them down the throats of the unsuspecting public. Such disreputable practice on the part of some lawyers further becomes an inducement to persons who are not members of the legal profession to launch even more savage and illogical attacks on the judiciary. This conduct is clearly despicable, as it has the ultimate tendency to destroy the integrity of institutions of justice delivery in Ghana. Such conduct should result in sanctions being promptly inflicted on the lawyers in question.
So that's the AG and Minister of Justice Godfred Yadame speaking there at the opening of the bench bar and faculty conference, which is still ongoing. The Ghana Bar Association has also supported the Attorney General, and they've supported his proposal for live telecast of all court cases of national importance apart from election petitions. So the Bar Association are saying that his recommendation would assist in curbing what he described as unacceptable practices in the legal fraternity. However, the Director of Legal Affairs of the opposition NDC, Abraham Amaliba, has disagreed with the Attorney General for admonition lawyers who criticized the judiciary. According to him, the AG's continuous support of judgments by the Supreme Court poses a threat to the justice delivery system of the country. He noted that such utterances by the Justice Minister would rather derail the confidence in the judicial system further in this country. This is what Amaliba had to say this morning on New Day on TV3.
The Attorney General, like I indicated yesterday, is becoming a danger to our justice delivery system. Why? He seeks to gag people who have a different view of judgments coming from the Supreme Court. He makes it look like we must all think alike as lawyers, and that if you dissent, then that means you are denigrating the Supreme Court. I have said about this as a North case that the ruling of the two justices who dissented is the correct position of the law. Tell me, how does that denigrate the Supreme Court? Why? We sit on social media and critique the executive. We sit on social media and critique the legislature. Why would he be saying that when people critique the work of the judiciary, it amounts to denigrating the judiciary? Look, Article 125 says that justice emanates from the people. The judges are not the custodians or the owners of justice in this country. The justice is for us as the people. They are only holding it in trust for us. So the people have every right to critique judgments coming from the Supreme Court if they feel that something hasn't gone right. And so for the Attorney General to go out there and describe some people as the ones who belong to an opposition party are the ones who speak out against the rulings of the Supreme Court is, to say the least, a comment coming from an Attorney General who thinks that he is sitting in the office of the MPP legal team.
What do you say to his proposal that cases should be telecast live so that the public can make their own judgment of the proceedings?
The Attorney General is not my favorite Attorney General. I can tell you that, and I'll say it publicly. But on this one, I agree with him.
Right, so Abraham Amaliba there disagreeing on some issues, but agreeing, of course, on the fact that the big political cases should be telecast live so that the electorate, the regular Ghanaians, can also pass judgment. Now, we've gone live now to the Bar Bench and Faculty Conference, and Lord Ido Asari is on standby. Good afternoon, Lord.
Anadi.
Right. So if you could just give us an update of what they're doing today at the conference. There have been many issues, and we've gotten into some of it. But what's happening today?
So today's episode was divided into 3 sessions. The first session, they